Welcome to Arvion. Today we dive into one of the most shocking and controversial stories shaking America, the assassination of Charlie Kirk. A man who symbolized the rise of young conservatism, the fight for gun rights, and the political polarization tearing the United States apart. Stay tuned, because what we uncover today is not just about one man, but about America's future itself. Charlie Kirk's assassination has left America stunned. Gun violence once again takes center stage in a nation where mass shootings and political violence are becoming alarmingly common. This tragedy isn't just about the death of a conservative figure. It's about what his life and death reveal about America's divisions, culture wars, and the contradictions at the heart of the gun debate. Charlie Kirk wasn't just another political commentator. He was a college dropout who rose to fame using social media, rallying millions of young conservatives to embrace Trump's ideology. From TikTok to Twitter, he built an empire of influence. He positioned himself as the voice of conservative youth, fighting what he called liberal indoctrination in schools and universities. At the heart of his message was one issue: the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. For Kirk, guns weren't just weapons, they were the ultimate guarantee of freedom. He argued that without the Second Amendment, every other freedom, speech, religion, property could be stripped away. And yet, the irony is haunting. Kirk, the loudest voice defending guns, was killed by the very instrument he glorified. A firearm ended his life, sparking a firestorm in America's already heated gun violence debate. Was his death a tragic accident of ideology or a symbol of a nation destroying itself? The gun debate in America is as polarized as ever. On one side, Republicans and groups like the NRA defend gun ownership as an inalienable right. On the other side, Democrats and activists demand stricter controls, pointing to school shootings, mass killings, and rising homicide rates. Kirk stood firmly in the first camp, unyielding in his belief that guns equal freedom. But Kirk was more than a gun rights advocate. He was a cultural warrior. On college campuses, he challenged liberal professors, clashed with progressive students, and built organizations like Turning Point USA to spread conservative ideas. He wasn't just defending policy, he was shaping a movement. This movement gave young conservatives a new identity. It wasn't about quietly voting Republican anymore. It was about taking the fight to universities, social media, and the streets. Kirk's charisma turned apathy into activism. He made young Republicans feel like soldiers in a cultural war. And his influence reached far beyond campuses. During Trump's campaigns, Kirk was one of the key youth mobilizers. He brought thousands of young voters to Trump rallies, framing Trumpism as the future of American conservatism. So powerful was his role that Trump himself praised Kirk as the future of the Republican Party. Despite never holding office, Kirk's influence earned him national recognition. After his death, Trump ordered a rare national honor in his memory. To many conservatives, Kirk wasn't just an activist. He was a martyr of their ideology, a symbol of fighting liberal dominance even unto death. But critics saw a darker side. Kirk wasn't just spreading conservative values. He promoted ideas like the Great Replacement Theory, a controversial narrative claiming that immigrants are being used to replace traditional American demographics. This theory, often linked with white supremacist ideology, made Kirk a polarizing figure. He consistently pushed anti-immigration rhetoric. He warned that uncontrolled migration would erode American culture and identity. For his supporters, he was brave enough to speak uncomfortable truths. For his opponents, he was fueling division and fear. And this is the paradox. Charlie Kirk represented both hope and hate. Hope for conservatives who felt ignored by elites. hate for liberals who saw his words as dangerous, even extremist. In life, he was controversial. In death, he became a symbol of the very polarization splitting America. His assassination forces America to confront a haunting question. Is this what political polarization now means? That voices on either side can be silenced by violence. That ideology itself has become deadly. The very environment Kirk helped shape ultimately consumed him. To understand Kirk's true story, we have to zoom out. Gun violence in America is staggering. Every year, more than 40,000 people die from firearms, homicides, suicides, accidents. Mass shootings are reported almost weekly. Yet despite this, gun ownership remains one of the most fiercely protected rights. For many Americans, guns are not negotiable. They are tied to identity, history, and culture. For others, guns are the nation's curse, a tool of endless bloodshed. Charlie Kirk's death sits exactly at this crossroads. It's not just personal tragedy, it's symbolic of the entire American struggle. Kirk also represented the power of digital media in politics. His rise was not through Congress or even traditional media. It was through tweets, TikToks, YouTube videos, and viral debates. He was the perfect example of how social media can create political celebrities overnight. And this raises another issue. When young people get their political education from influencers, not institutions, what happens? They follow personalities, not policies. They adopt identities, not ideas. Kirk symbolized this shift, where political loyalty is tied to cultural war, not governance. So where does America go from here? Will Kirk's assassination push the country towards stricter gun laws? Or will it deepen the divide, with conservatives doubling down and liberals demanding bans? Either way, his death has intensified the national conversation. Charlie Kirk's story is both inspiring and tragic. He rose from nothing, built a movement, and left a mark on American politics. But he also helped fuel the very polarization that now defines America. His death is not the end of his influence. It's the continuation of a political war that shows no sign of ending. In the end, Charlie Kirk's assassination is more than a headline. It's a warning. A warning that America's divisions are reaching dangerous levels. That the fight over guns, culture, petty, and identity is not just rhetoric anymore. It's life and death. What do you think? Is America heading toward healing or deeper chaos? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Arvind for more deep dives into global events, politics, and society.